Hello and welcome to another edition of Local Yokel. And this was some landscaping work that I did the other day. And wow, I'm quite proud of myself. I even put wood mulch down. I got it at Home Depot, $2 for a bag. So I got the brickwork all done nice. The front yard looks great. All right. So on May 25th, I got gas here, and this is my go-to place on Telegraph just north of Van Born Road, a Citgo station, 319.9. It's been like this for several weeks. Other people charge $3.49 and on up. That's a good place to go. Just saying. All right, my dad's birthday, as promised. It's May 26th. And my dad likes Hungarian food, and the go-to place for that is the Rhapsody. I believe this is the owner serving soup for my mom. We all got our plates. My dad, let's see, family, we all did that thing. And then we had the photo op here. They have pictures of Budapest and some nice tapestries. My dad just turned 92. That's pretty good. So, this is inside of the restaurant. We're getting seated. The waitress was kind enough to take pictures for us. They have tapestries, knickknacks, dolls, like a little museum. There's my dad, spelled, his cake. Otto is his name. Here he is. It's one of these Dairy Queen cakes. So he's got his slice, going to town. Yeah, he's doing great. My parents live out at Alegria Village, and they're doing great. Okay, now I got to switch tapes. Sorry about that. That was real quick. But this whole week's show's going to be discombobulated. I'm going to be switching tapes here and there and everywhere. But this is going to be footage from Windsor, South Detroit, where I was checking out the progress of the Gordie Howe International Bridge. But I was walking through the neighborhood, Sandwich Town, which is a neighborhood now. But Dominion House is an old school place here for a long time. And they got a volleyball thing. Well, look at this. A designated, historic site built circa 1880. Wowie kazowie. That's even before I was born. All right. Jays and Tigers were in town. That's always a big to-do. DominionHouse.ca, but you can check them out on Facebook. They have music, so they got a stage out front here and have performances. I've never seen it, but it's like a full service place. They got the restaurant, the whole 9 yards. Now, what do they got here? 3 volleyball courts, or two volleyball courts, and they got it fenced off and everything, so you won't get any errant volleyballs. Sometimes you do, but they're quite into this. This is like a league, and they go at it quite a bit. All right, they're keeping score up there. This is game number 2. Someone didn't like the results of the last game, and they trashed the scoreboard. Oh, there was an errant ball, so it does happen. But, yeah, they're quite serious about it. I don't know if they're playing for money or if it's just, I almost got nailed. Let's see. So summer of 2024, it looks like there's 8 teams, and they got this all figured out here. There's a method to the madness, I think is the way they describe all that. They got a mural on the side. Now here it says established 1878, so I'm confused. Doesn't take much to have that happen, but still. They got the good dartboards. What do they call them, where they got the threads or the horsehair or whatever, But yeah, that's the real deal. None of the electronic stuff. Yeah, you got to keep score on your own. Technical difficulties. Well, Bally's has had all sorts of technical difficulties. But yeah, somehow they kind of got it in Windsor, though. So here were the specials that they have here. Your U.S. money, if you exchange it at a bank or something like that beforehand, you should get at least a 30% premium on your money. So $100 would be at least worth $130. Canadian currency is down. Anyways, I walked along this stretch of Sandwich because they're going to improve the sidewalk and they're going to do street repairs and improvements or enhancements because they're going to have a walkway and a pedestrian path from the Gordie Howe Bridge north to the Ambassador Bridge and then beyond to the city of South Detroit. And there's a lot of history here with Sandwich. And you can do some speed reading, but they got a mural. You can see the windmill there. They got cement canoes. I don't know how well they would do in the water. But yeah, here's that windmill. All we are is all we were. Whatever that means. It sounds like it's philosophical. That's over my head. But yeah, I was just in town, and if you're in Windsor and you're going to pay for the toll to go across, I think it was $11 Canadian. It just went up on the tunnel. I went to the rock bottom here, established 96. That's when Small World USA was established, 1996. Whew, this is my 29th year of doing public access, and nothing's improved since the start. It's the same old, just local yokel type stuff. But yeah, the Tigers were playing. It was all tied up at this point. Some of them root for the Maple Leafs. We have to excuse them a little bit for that, or feel sorry for them, maybe is the better expression. Great beer flows here. I got my pulled pork like sandwich, and then it's got coleslaw on the top. And got a bunch of plays at the plate here. I don't know why I'm... Ooh, Toronto's up 6-1. What the hell is going on here? Jeez, old Pete. And yeah, the run for the Stanley Cup is on. We now have our two finalists, the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. And just for shits and giggles, I'm rooting for a Canadian team because it hasn't been since the Canadians in 94. It's like 1994. That's a while. All right, well, this is their cool courthouse, and it's a multi-function building now. They have bridge updates here on a quarterly basis, so I plan on going to the next one coming up June 18th. But just... Oh, I was talking to that gentleman. He was on a bike trip, and he was telling me some of the history here. They're quite proud residents here about their city and their particular neighborhood of Sandwich. It's been since incorporated into the city of Windsor. Kind of like Walkerville, too. That's on the north side of town, and that's where they have whiskey. Mackenzie Hall is the official name. So the courthouse in the front. Then this was a registry building. And then behind there, up over that way is the jail. And I visited the jail like a month or two ago. Oh, it was up for sale. And I was saying, man, it could be a boutique hotel. It could be a coffee shop, a pastry shop, a banquet room. You could send people to jail just for shits and giggles and stuff and have some fun. Halloween parties, birthday parties. There's a skunk in town. Wowie kazowie. I was kind of keeping my distance there and doing nothing to rattle that skunk's cage or nothing. Didn't want to get sprayed. But here I'm going to go back down by the river to check things out. And there's always fishermen along the river. So a group of friends just hanging out, enjoying this nice evening where the sun, well, I think it has set just a few minutes prior. We're getting up on the longest day of the year here, which will be like the summer solstice. I think it's June 20th, I think is the longest day, first day of summer. But yeah, we're up to 15 hours of daylight now. All right, well, it's a calm river action, but you got the silhouettes of the building. You got a plane swooping in to make its approach to Detroit Metro, which was rated again one of the best airports in the world or all the land. We did a good job with the airport for sure. All right, off yonder, way down there, you can see the Gordie Howe International Bridge. And they're getting close to meeting in the middle. The left side's Canada, the right side's the U.S. Yeah, I'm in South Detroit now. When I look north, I'll see the big city. The smokestack is just pumping away there on Zug Island. There's like some flamethrower action there. It's kind of like the industrial end of Detroit. If you've never been to Zug Island, you owe yourself a visit. That place rocks. All right, so yeah, this could be nice parkland along here too. That urban planning thing. My take on it is I want to see the Gordie Howe Bridge. This is great that they're doing this, but they're going to have a pedestrian path and a bicycle path. They're dedicating one full lane, almost 12 feet of space on the Gordie Howe Bridge for people to walk across or take their bike. Free of charge, toll free, Zippo nada nothing, paying nothing. That is awesome. I love that word, like free. And well, toll free. That's cool for when you want to take the bridge. You don't pay nothing, which is great. They're unloading a boat there. But yeah, you could. There's the flamethrower, and then the kind of like the little plumbing action with the tubing kind of thing, kind of like a reverse trap. There's a warehouse here, but they'll probably tear that down. But urban planning. Windsor's got to figure out what they're going to do along this parkland. Here's another fisherman. I don't think this is being totally utilized. What am I pointing over here? Oh, another boat. Look at that. It was kind of hiding behind there, but that wasn't going to get by me. It's just sliding slowly by. But if you keep your eyes open, you're not going to miss something like that. So, yeah, some boat action. A Great Lakes freighter. Yes, indeedy. You got to make time for this kind of stuff. And I think officially it's the bridge up there on top. Even though, like, the bridge is behind it. But, yeah, where the captain is, it's the bridge. And, there's the tugboat that delivers the mail. It had tooted its horn. And I'm going, where's the other boat? And I think it was just the freighter acknowledging that it got the mail and thank you very much. And they kind of toot their horn. But that's that tugboat has a place right under the Ambassador Bridge. And it delivers mail to the freighters and supplies and other goodies, that kind of thing. Probably a 6-pack of beer or maybe a couple cases maybe. But yeah, and there's the train station. It's lit up now. I don't know what time they turn on the lights, but official grand opening is June 6th. Look at this thing. I love these big boat action because I live in Dearborn Heights, and I just don't see this in Dearborn Heights at all. You got to get to a place where you're down by the river. And yeah, it's got that propeller kind of thing on top. You've seen those hats that like kids wear. I think Little Rascals made it famous, where that thing flips around, a propeller on your head. Okay, John G. Munson. And I always look for people. I think there is someone up there, and that's always reassuring to know. And if you have a power failure or something's acting up, drop your anchor before you start running into bridge pylons. Frickin' gads, I can't believe that accident happened.
Fuck you! American, Russian piece of shit! Hey, it's a piece. Şimdi. If I could, I would. Oh, yep. What about?
You know, I could just set up a lawn chair here and just chill, relax. Here the fishermen are still going at it. But yeah, the views are awesome, and they're going to light up the Gordie Howe Bridge when it's all said and done. Going to have to wait like a year for that. The bridge will be open next year around September of 2025. Oh, they lit up the Ambassador Bridge now. And then the Motor City Casino. Hey, I made my way back, and this skunk was still lingering around. I kept my distance. It's not like a plaything or nothing. I don't think they want to be petted or... All right, home of the Bulldogs. So this is a school, a public library, a police service, child care. This is all on Sandwich Street, Main Street, Sandwich. They got their St. John's Church. Probably looks real sharp in there. They have a cemetery out back. And then I kind of wanted to get an update here on the jail, which is right across the street from the cemetery. So you could pass away in the jail and just move across the street kind of thing. But yeah, that was the main entrance for the jail. And it had a RIF discount like a month and a half ago, that walk right in free. They had a for sale sign right there on the post, but they took the sign down, and so somebody may have bought it. The city had the opportunity a few years back to buy it for $1, and they passed on it. And it's like, holy cow, why would you do that? Well, they didn't want the maintenance or paying for the heat and the electricity and all that. And the neighborhood residents, some of them want to make this into a museum. And, you know, museums are neat. I like having the history. It's a Sex County Gaol, but they spell it differently here. It's a jail, but Gaol, go figure. They have trouble spelling in South Detroit a little bit. We'll have to get them a dictionary. Here were the walls. They were 20 foot high, I guess. But yeah, this jail was right smack dab in a residential neighborhood. I don't know if these were bad prisoners or whatnot, or just kind of little minor infractions. They're usually they're not as violent in Canada, it seems. Well, they don't have all these gun laws. Yeah, my evil twin, they do have gun laws that are more strict than we have in the States. But yeah, in the States, yeah, you can pack heat and just stand your ground. If anybody messes with you, blast them away and make sure they're dead so they can't talk and give their side of the story. Oh, it's just crazy how we are. This right to bear arms. Yeah, it's your right to have an AR-15 and just take out a whole city block. Oh, but I digress. All right, here they have a motorcycle place, and those are always fun. But this is right next to it is a laundromat, and I've shown this years ago. I came in here just for shits and giggles. But look, just a small town girl living in a lonely world, and then born and raised in South Detroit. I wasn't kidding you about all that. Check it out. Go to Wikipedia and put in Windsor, and it'll say there were 4 names for the city that they debated on. One of them was Windsor, which ultimately won. One was South Detroit. One was like Ferry Town or something, and there was one other one because they used to run ferries across the river. Okay, this laundromat is like an homage. It's like a museum for rock stars. Oh, Johnny. Oh, you shouldn't have. Oh, my gosh. I think, yeah, that's when you have to pay cash only. But some places now, they don't want cash. They want credit or debit card. Cash used to be king. But, yeah. Johnny flipping the bird. All right, that's kind of neat wallpaper there. But, yeah, I did my spin through the laundromat. I didn't have any clothes to wash. I love when the motorcycles fire them up and then they leave. I love the sound of those things. All right. Well, while I'm here, we'll get a little more history. Look at this mural. Guy wants to pet the horse, it looks like. What's that all about? All right, and you can get here by those scooter things. I've done those. I did it once when I was in Austin, but I found it was awfully hard to videotape and operate one of those at the same time. So I said, I got to concentrate on what I got going on. Okay. I want to go downtown, though, here, and I want to check out some music. But, yeah, the lights are shining now. A lot of people still hanging out by the river. Oh, look at this flamethrower thing. It lights up the sky. Yeah, it's kind of nice, on a pleasant evening. It's great. Now, you could tie up a big boat over here, and they got a huge anchor. So I'm at the Queens Dock Port. And so I did my free parking over here.
But then they send me away, teach me how to be sensible, logical, oh, responsible, practical. And then I say, now what would you say?
When I was in college, this song was popular. And, yeah, it brings back memories. Rock and roll will do that to you. But, yeah, okay, Sandwich Street, I'm going to make a left and head north. And, yeah, I'm going to check out that South Detroit sign. Well, it's kind of like a mural on the side of a building. But the Fog Lounge. This is where the young whippersnappers check out the live music. There's other places, but if you're a band kind of starting out and you want to get some time in front of a live audience, this would be a good place for it. So, all right, and then across the way is the Metropolitan Building, but there's also like an auxiliary bar with this Fog Lounge when it gets too crowded. All right, post office. But yeah, fog, and then underneath, it's a lounge, just so you know. But yeah, it's kind of like a fishbowl effect. You can look right in and see the band performing right there in the corner. South Detroit is also known as Rose City, or the City of Roses. This mural is probably the best around here in Windsor. This was really well done, but a homage to the movie theater type thing and the process of going to the movie theater. All right, villains. That is such a fun place to walk in. They got posters. I should have gone in, actually. They got posters of all the villains in the world, including Donald Trump. Holy crap. What does that guy have to do in order for people to say, well, he's just not a good human being, let alone the president? He's already been rated from historians as the worst president ever. And now he's going for a second round. Oh, Lord. We got to be intelligent about this. Okay, Willette Avenue is Main Street, Windsor, just like Woodward Avenue is Main Street, Detroit. All right, at Willette and Pitt, you got to kind of go around the corner here, and there you have it, right there, South Detroit, clear as day. Look at that. In big, bold font there. And then they got a parking lot, and this was an Irish bar, but they haven't taken this marquee down. I think this place has been closed for years. They got some graffiti on the side. I think that's Gumby or Gumbo. I think it's Gumby. Made popular on Saturday Night Live. But yeah, the mural says it all. South Detroit. It's a suburb of Detroit. But it was made famous by that Journey song, too, which was kind of like an accident. The lead singer saw some construction signs on the side of the road. Oh, they got good police protection here. I'm not far from the Loose Goose, a resto, pub, and lounge. But yeah, this is a good area right around here because I'm down right by the Riverside Park. Oh, and look at the duck thing. I'm going to have to find out about this. I've shown this a few times already, but in Jeeps, for some reason, they line up their ducks in right behind the windshield there. It's something to it. I guess I could Google it. I'm kind of not wanting to. I just want to be able to talk about it. I don't know if this guy illegally parked or just car trouble, but yeah, some of these places you can park for free, and some of them are municipal lots. So I don't know if you have to download an app or do whatever, but a lot of the parks, it's free parking. It's easier to park in Windsor, well, South Detroit, than it is in Detroit proper. Now, you'll get a view of the fireworks here if you're facing the river, but the rooms were pricey, and I would imagine they're only going up from there if they're not already sold out. But I had checked a while back, and it was $325, I believe. And I don't think that even guarantees you a room with a view. Oh, look they got their own cruise boat here now. I had not seen this before. Mikasa Bay, if I'm pronouncing that right. A smaller version of like the Detroit Princess. That's supposed to be the largest Canadian flag. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. Sometimes you can't believe everything you hear or read. All right, there's the flagpole, and yeah, this is looking right up Willette Avenue, up the gut. Look and they sell these Jeeps without doors. Did they give you a discount for that or what? I can't believe that. It would seem like it'd be so easy to fall out, too. All right, here's the Loose Goose. And they're into the hockey, as all Canada is. But, yeah, they were doing it up. You have entered an area monitored by cameras. Yes, be aware. Well, people with their cell phones now, that's they don't really make note of it, I don't think, as much as they should, but the cell phone cameras, I think, has just been a huge deterrent to crime because anyone starts acting up, everybody's like quick draw. They pull out their cell phone and start taking video. And you're dead to rights if people, you're doing your evil twins up to some shenanigans, and there somebody is videotaping you. And so I think that's a great crime deterrent. Along with the Ring doorbells and the security systems you can put up around your building that will track things in instant time. Um, Plus, I think people are starting to get nicer and more polite, with the exception of the Donald, who's only thinking about himself. Talk about narcissism. Oh, my Lord. It's all about him. All the grievances against him. Oh, my Lord. All right. Some music action. I am inside the Fog Lounge. Please be respectful. And yeah, we're about ready to go here. Meteor is a sister bar they have across the street, but they got a big production here. Big festival coming up soon. They got an old school TV, and yeah, we'll listen into some music here.
I was dancing when I was 12. I was dancing when I was 12. I was dancing when I was high. I'm on the corner in the pouring rain. 16 men on a dead man's chest. And I've been drinking from a broken cup. 2 pairs of pants and a mohair vest. I'm full of bourbon, I can't stand up. Hey, little bird, fly away home. House is on fire, children all alone. Hey, little bird, fly away home. House is on fire, children all alone. Ship broke a bottle on Morgan's head. And I've been stepping on the devil's tail. Across the straps of a foot.
All right. What do we got? A funky moon here. That's close to a full moon. All right. That was the end of that. That was the end of the tape. So yeah, I'm jumping all around today. I'm all discombobulated. Things are not going in sequential order or nothing. I don't know. I like chronological order, but I'm popping around between different tapes. Okay, press play. And all right, now I'm in my backyard checking out the garage. I got to paint the garage. All right, I always check out moon action, or not all the time, but a lot of times, time and date. So this is a great sight. The moon was rising at 2:16 in the morning. Around 11, it's altitude 19 degrees. Southwest, it tells you the angle. So I had to go way back in the yard and just behind the tree and above the or below the electrical lines, there it is. You see it, the moon. And it looks close to like a half a moon. It's like people say half full or half empty. Oh, that's definitely half full. I got to trim some of along the fence line. You get all the vines go crazy. And then the neighbor next door has this monster cottonwood tree. And it feels like it's snowing in the springtime because this thing will send off these dandelion type things. And it's like cotton and it's all over. And I didn't get it good. You got to get it before the first rain. But yeah, it looked like I had a couple inches of snow on the ground. I live in Dearborn Heights, so that's the city logo there. Perfect family. You got to love that. Idyllic, I think is the word they use. All right. Well, here we go. We'll get some politics in here. But yeah, this was coming out on... was it a Thursday? I should think I'll show the date.
Guilty. Count 33, guilty. Count 34, guilty. That is 34 felony counts here. All guilty verdicts. Savannah and Lester, back to you.
Yeah, convicted felon 34 times over. It just went on and on. But hey, not to worry, right? It's a witch hunt. He did nothing wrong. This is crazy. Yeah, well, this was probably the smallest out of the four indictments or whatever that he has. And the insurrection one, I couldn't believe, where he's trying to overthrow the government with our elections. We're supposed to have the transfer of power, but he just decided, he said, oh, the election was stolen. Just no evidence for that at all. Say the election's stolen, gets everybody whipped up into a frenzy, his followers, and then try to take out our government. Like, holy crap. I like our democracy as it is. I don't want a dictatorship. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, Fox News, yeah, they weren't happy about this. Everyone's getting in line behind Donald, all the Republicans. Oh, he did nothing wrong. Oh, this is terrible. What about Hunter Biden? Right? As if there's some equivalency to that. Holy crap. You know what really got me with Donald? Because I worked construction. I was a glazer, so I did the glass, the aluminum frames, the glass, the doors, that kind of thing, for a good number of years. But you want to get paid. I worked for another guy. I wasn't the boss man, but I worked for another guy, and we relied on people paying us, so then the boss could pay us. But Donald, he stiffed a lot of his contractors, never paid them. And then some comments like, hey, you'll take 20% on the dollar or you'll get nothing. And then he goes to court and just bellyaches and lawyers and all that. Nobody can compete with him. Like, he was gaming the system. So, yeah, he's skimping out on contractors, the bread and butter of America, the working class people that are out just trying to earn a living, and he's just thumbing his nose at them and not paying people, just stiffing them. And people still support this guy. He wants to take away your health care. He wants to take away your Social Security. He wants to take away your Medicaid. I mean, by all rights, if you're wealthy, and I'm talking millionaire, billionaire class, by all rights, sure, vote for Trump and stand by your man, because he'll keep it with your tax cuts, and that's what you want. I totally get that. That's not above me. I can understand that point of it. But if you're working class, if you're making under $100,000 a year, I'm sorry, you're not in Donald Trump's class at all. He doesn't care about you. He only cares about himself, and he just feels so wronged, like the people are out to get him. No, you deserve this. You did this on your own. This is just the IMHO, right, in my humble opinion. But no, I've had enough. I've had enough. Just had enough. I don't want a dictatorship. I've had it. I've had it. I've had it. I'm going to speak out about this, too. And about the war in Palestine, too. I'm going to speak out about that. That's just unreal. In this day and age, that we can't be smarter than that. That we... we continue to have these crazy, stupid-ass wars, and I think a lot of it's all wrapped up in religion and what you believe in, that kind of thing. But yeah, guilty, convicted on all charges. Now he's got the money to appeal and all that, and he's doing good with the fundraising. Holy, our country is better than that. It really is, and we're going to celebrate our 250th birthday in just 2 years, 2026. I'll show the bicentennial coins that we had. We had a special coin for the quarter, half dollar, and the regular dollar. I don't know if they'll make the regular dollar. It was the Eisenhower dollar, a big coin. But they might put it on the Susan B. Anthony. I don't know what they're doing. What's he saying, huh? Oh, they're after me. Yeah, well, this was historic. I've taken too much video of this. I could have shortened this all, but when it just came hot off the press, this certainly was news. So, yeah, May 30th was, this was a Thursday. But somebody has to hold him accountable. He just thinks he's above the law. And then I can't believe all the water boys and the water girls that are carrying his water around and just supporting him. Holy crap. If your neighbor or your boss or someone, you had to deal with that kind of action, you would be beside yourself. You would be livid. You'd want to throw him in jail and toss away the key. But somehow he gets a free pass. It's that, I don't know, there's some psychology like in authoritarianism, where people like a strong arm like dictator. But I don't want to have like a Putin like they have in Russia. Holy crap, I don't want a dictator like that. Trump likes all these. He likes Kim Jong-un from North Korea. He likes anyone. He's friends with Netanyahu. That's another guy that needs to go. He's a zombie that should be convicted and go to jail also. All right, I digress. Sorry about all that, because politics gets everybody's panties in a bunch. But I'm not going to give Trump a free pass. I'm going to call that MF out. I'm so upset with that guy. And there's all a bunch of people saying, well, you can't talk like that about the president or the ex-president. Look at all the bumper stickers I see driving around where there's a circle with a thing and it says F. Biden. Anyway, I'm really off on a tangent. This is John's Carpet House. It's just a carpeted platform now, but it's set up for a blues festival, and they host this every Sunday afternoon, weather permitting, kind of about like maybe 3 in the afternoon till dusk. John's Carpet House was right back there, but the place burned down. I think I have video way back from like 1997 maybe, and I went inside that carpet house one time. It was really kind of cool. The people were great. All right, so they have the blues music, which is one end of the spectrum, but then they have like gospel music and religious music over here. That's the other end of the spectrum. I didn't know that at first, but I love the blues, which is kind of like the devil's music. And then on the other side, you get religion. So I didn't, yeah, I don't know. There's still time for me to turn it around, but I don't know. I do like blues. I do. Oh, I went right from there. This is free day for the Detroit Grand Prix. So this was Friday, May 31st. And I parked in this shopping center. I'm probably not supposed to do this. Sometimes these people get all freaked out and they might want to tow your car, but the Lafayette Tower Center. But I was walking towards the racetrack area. Here it says no parking, but that's 3 a.m. to 7 a.m. But look here, I could park on the street right here for free. So this is on Lafayette, just east of I-375. And this is the Lafayette Park, or they had a urban renewal thing, but it was Negro removal kind of too, at the same thing when they tore up through 375 and they tore up Hastings Street. But they did put up this housing thing along here, and there's some nice, a famous architect did all that. All right, I need to call the action. There's the Renaissance Center, the Chevrolet Grand Prix. I could have parked right there. Look, right with that guy. Oh, he took my spot. But it wasn't too bad. I need the exercise anyway. Oh, I could even park closer. Look at that. But there's 375 right here where they're making the right-hand turn. And there's the Hudson's Tower. And I'm checking the progress. They only got to finish off a few of those floors up there. But good crane action. Yeah, I love watching construction. Blue Cross Blue Shield. See how that goes? And then, well, it's good to see because I think this is the first time in the year that some of the freeways are getting the grass cut, you know. May we have the rainy season kind of thing, and it just goes like crazy. But, yeah, so they're tackling it now. And you got the angle factor here with those things. You got to make sure you don't turn too quick and do a rollover thing. That wouldn't be no fun. But yeah, this stretch of freeway, they're going to tear this up. It's not going to be sunken down. It's going to be street level. And this is where you reestablish Paradise Valley, Black Bottom. You come up with a new name. I don't care. But we tore through this path of least resistance to put up the freeway, but it destroyed all like the black culture and their fun spot. You always want to patronize the fun spots of a city where they're partying, they're dancing, and it's singing and drinking and fashion show and showing off or whatever. You want to be around when people are having fun. You know, you can save your work time for Monday through Friday, but when it gets to the weekend, it's stuff. Look at who's got $100 standard rate. See, $10 is more like it. That ain't too bad. But that's the Greektown Casino, their hotel. This is the casino part. Yeah, I'm just making my approach here to this to the racetrack. Detroit Cornice and Slate Company. Look at this building. Is this not top notch? And then even an eagle, it's like the cherry on top. But what a kick-ass building. And if you thought it was historic, you're right. The lower level is Floods, which is a black-owned business. And I should shout out more of these because we got to promote black businesses and get more of these owners to be a part. Oh, their dress code is kind of funny. We don't want to see your private parts, no cheeks and no nips. So that's how. Sign everywhere, sign. So that was a new one for sure. But that pretty much says kind of tells you what the story is, I guess. I don't know if anyone else got a chuckle out of seeing that, but that is funny. Well, the black folks sometimes the ladies and what I shouldn't even put it that way, but they're different cultures have different ways of showing off a little bit, and yeah, there's always some of that going around, and I'm not one to really complain in that regard or whatever. Do what you want to do, you do you kind of thing. But yeah, I got a kick out of that sign. Just saying. All right, motorcycle action. This is a Harley. Ooh, get a good reflection there. Got that one all shined up. All right, I think you can hear it now. Oh, yeah, you can hear them buzzing like bees down there. But, yeah, I'm making my approach. Here's one of those things. You can pedal and drink beer. What a concept that was, huh? Seems to be doing well. You can get your tattoo starting at $100. I've never priced those things, but I don't have any tattoos. I'm conservative in every sense of the word when it comes to clothes or tattoos or piercings or hair color or anything. Just Joe Schmo. All right, here's a Jeep, a Gladiator. I like the color, and I'm wondering if that one has ducks. I didn't see any ducks on that windshield. All right, they're on to me. No, actually, that's monitoring the racetrack. I shouldn't be so paranoid. Zaza, what's that all about? Damn, they let anyone advertise these days, huh? But, there's the people mover in action, and it's free. So that's a good deal, and you would get a great view. I almost took the spin on that thing just to see what the view. You'd see the cars buzzing around. Look at all the sponsors here. Ton of sponsors.